Just be yourself. Please and thank you. Please stop wishing that you were somebody else. Please stop wishing that you were doing what somebody else was doing. Please stop wishing that you were with somebody else. Where you are is where you're supposed to be. I don't know where that is. That's none of my business. But you where you're supposed to be. Right now, you know what you should be doing? Dedicating your time to what you believe your purpose is. I'm not in the room when you're talking to God, just like you're not in my room when I'm talking to God, right? But whatever it is that He told you to do, please do it. I'm doing what I believe He's guiding me to do right now. But let's say you're struggling. I was watching some stuff, and not only did I hear, but I also read in a few spaces that until you're clear on who you are as a person, until you're clear in your identity, it's nearly impossible to be able to walk into your purpose. I read earlier this week that a lot of us are originals, great inventions, creations by God, but we're walking around as if we are duplicates of somebody else. We are so ashamed of who we are that we begin to morph into others. And we do this due to this thing called comparison, toxic comparison. Person to person across the internet, I want you to know that your flaws, your imperfections can still be used in a great way. I did not create you, so I cannot tell you exactly what your imperfections are in your life for. I could probably guess, give a suggestion, but God can still use you. But I also want to ask you, did it ever occur to you that maybe, just maybe, the things that you're embarrassed about, the stuff that you want to hide about yourself, the things you want to keep hidden, all that stuff, did it ever occur to you that maybe those things are there on purpose by God? Like maybe this whole point was for you to be used for your uniqueness, or He might bless the very thing that you're running from or embarrassed about, the one thing that you hide from everyone. Your part is just as important as anyone else's. Whether you are the helper or the person receiving help, everybody's part is important in the story. Don't downplay yourself. Don't downplay what you've done or the things that you do now. Please stop doing that. It's hard to see and hear when someone downplays himself, but it's also annoying. Sure, other people played a role in your greatness, but so did you. And maybe you're scared to go on the journey, because let me tell you, any faith journey that I've been on with God has been terrifying. Like this one right now. I am in a season of transition and starting over, and I have no idea how things are going to turn out. But I trust that He's going to show me where to go. Not only is He going to show me where to go, but He's going to show me the quickest way to get there in the shortest amount of time. And maybe you're just waiting on that moment to shine, but God is the spotlight. So as long as you stay under Him, you'll always shine, period. And don't be afraid to ask for help, because that's something that I've been struggling with and struggle with sometimes. But I've been learning that God is not inconvenienced by our needs. He loves to help us. He thrives off of it, actually. And not only that, He loves when we're rejoicing. He loves when we're in joy. But He also expects us to be and rejoice and be and rejoice, to rejoice and to praise Him. I want you to know that you don't have to stay stuck in the loop of depression or self-doubt. You don't have to continue to live with imposter syndrome. There's a lot of us out here who are addicted to sadness, addicted to depression, addicted to struggling, and we don't have to be. You don't have to be. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. I want to encourage whoever you are to forgive yourself. You can still be blessed. And you have to remember that God is still merciful and gracious to us, even when we don't feel we deserve it. there's a lot of good things that have been happening to me that I feel like, I don't really deserve, just based off of um, where maybe I stand or my relationship with God, I really am in a space where I feel like my relationship with Him is being repaired. So, like, am I the perfect person, to be telling people what to do with their relationship with God? Probably not. But I trust that everything will work out. And so should you. I'm sure a lot of us are afraid of being led astray. I know for sure I am. But trust that God will continue to guide you. If you're on the wrong path or you feel like you may take the wrong turn, just trust that God is sovereign enough that He will get you in the correct spot. And don't worry about the he say, the she say, the whispers of whoever. Those things are not important. They are nothing more than distractions. You are amazing how you are. You're gifted, and you have all the tools you need to be successful. You just have to keep going. Show up as the queen that you are. Stop being timid. Please, please, please spare yourself from going through this loop of being anxious about something that's super big. You procrastinating because it's so big. You do it, and then, you don't get the response that you wanted. Or maybe you get one good response and then another one that's not that good. And then you only focus on the negative. Please, please, please don't do that. It's unhealthy, and it stops you from moving forward. It holds you back. It delays you. It slows you down. It doesn't feel good to be picked on or picked at. So please don't pick at yourself. Stop picking yourself apart. Even if you are imperfect, right? God's grace and His amazingness is enough for you. And it will make you qualified in spaces and areas where you may not be. But you shouldn't want to change who you are. You should want to evolve, but completely change and be someone you're not. No. You were an amazing creation by God, and He made no mistakes when He designed you. As long as you have God, you can do anything, you can accomplish anything. It just may take you some time. Who knows? But you're not a failure, and you're not going to fail. So please stop telling yourself that. Love you from a stranger on the internet.